Hello, I'm unbrick, and today we're going to be taking a look at the best LEGO Technic cheap sets. These include sets from $20 to $60. You know, they're underpriced, generally having a higher piece count and resulting in lower than 10 cent per piece price point. But anyways, I'm unbrick, welcome. You can learn here all about LEGO Technic, and of course all of these images are provided by the LEGO Group, the official LEGO company. So let's take a look at our first set. It is the LEGO Technic 42028 Bulldozer, which it retailed for $49.99, and it came with 617 pieces. Now this set is truly incredible. I like it a lot, and it does have a lot of qualities that resemble the older motorized Bulldozer. And hang on, let me just pull up the chat box real quick and interact with some of you. All right, Sky says greetings. Yeah, greetings to you too. I hope we can, talk in Discord or something later. But anyways, so what is so good about this set? Well, it actually does use a differential here. It does use a differential to connect both of the tank treads from either side to actually drive the fake piston engine, which is actually really cool, and I like that a lot. Hey, Alvipal, and Death Row Joe says, hey, what's up, man? No worries, it's not a minute late. Basically, I'm discussing all the cheap LEGO Technic sets. This is just the first one out of my list. So, yeah, this Bulldozer does have some really cool mechanisms, but unfortunately, it does not have a gearbox of any kind. So I do wish it did have a gearbox of some sort. But, no, it's a great set nonetheless. And, yeah, let's move on to the next set. So here we have the LEGO Technic 8049 tractor with log loader. It costs $60. That's what it retailed for, and it does come with 525 pieces. Now, obviously, for a 10 cent per piece price point, it does not really hold up that well, but it does actually have pneumatics, as you can see over here. It did come with two main pneumatic pumps, as well as one large one for manual control here. And obviously, this set also did have actually power functions compatibility. So basically what you could do is you could hook up a motor to the pneumatic pump, and essentially you got all the pneumatics fully motorized. So that was really cool. Quickstiz, hello, what's up, man? Alright, so our next set that is kind of cheap, it is actually the LEGO Technic 8294 Excavator. It cost only $60 when it retailed, and it came with 720 pieces, and it is a really good set. I like it a lot. It is just phenomenal from really all sides. You can, look at it. It does look a little skeletal, but I still like it a lot. It does resemble that LEGO Technic nature, the authenticity, functionality, and challenging building, of course. But the main cool thing that I like about this LEGO Technic set a lot is that it actually does have power functions compatibility. Yeah, power functions compatibility is truly an awesome thing. And I totally forgot to mention, it does actually have a gearbox. So basically what you could do, see the two little linear actuators here? Well, these both linear actuators are actually connected to one gearbox, and you could connect the motor there, and essentially when you turn on the battery box, what would happen is that you could switch between the motion of the bottom linear actuator or the top one. So that was a really cool thing. And when I had this as a kid, I motorized it with power functions. I made it like full RC, so it was a great set and brings back a lot of memories, and just wow. So the next set that is relatively cheap when it first retailed, and our next set is actually called the LEGO Technic 8273 Off-Road Truck, which retailed for only $49.99, and it came with 805 pieces. I mean, that's an incredible price per parts ratio, but not only that, I think that for the year 2007, this thing looks really, really epic. I mean, it really does. Like, it captures the authenticity aspect really, really well of it. As you can tell, it is kind of small, but what I like about this set a lot is that for the back part of it, back in 2007, there weren't really that many Technic panel pieces around, so they did have to make use of some system pieces, and I do like when LEGO Technic does combine LEGO system pieces and LEGO Technic pieces, because that makes it a really, really nice set. And obviously, it does have some great functionality. You know, it does have the rear little crane on the back, but unfortunately, you know, the crane isn't really connected to a gearbox. I don't believe it has a gearbox, but nonetheless, it's still a really great set, especially for 50 bucks, and you are getting 805 pieces. So our next set is actually one that came out in the year 2020, and this set is called the LEGO Technic 42105 Catamaran. It retailed for $49.99, and it has 404 pieces, 404. So obviously not a super great price to parts ratio, but you really can't just judge it by the price to parts ratio. See, the boat is actually fully functional. You can place it on water, like in your pool or in a lake or somewhere, and you could actually play with this set in the water. So that is really, really cool. And I do, yes, Aaron Chase, I do believe that the Catamaran is a very good set. If you're just looking to get into LEGO Technic for the first time, you know, I recommend getting the Catamaran set. And obviously the sails here, you could adjust the sails here, and when the wind would blow, obviously the Catamaran would go forward. You could kind of adjust it, you know, learn about sailing a little bit. I myself, I love sailing. I first started sailing like 3 years ago, and I do understand all the concepts of how the wind angle has to hit the sails precisely so you could get the maximum speed. So for me, this set was really incredible, but really why I like it so much is because you can really bricklink either a bunch of these parts, or you could just hoard in a bunch of these LEGO Technic Catamarans, and you see you're getting these two large pieces here at the bottom. These pieces are actually what make the boat stay buoyant above the water. And why are these pieces so important? Well, basically you could have just a bunch of these, connect them to one big chassis or something, and just have a giant, you know, LEGO Technic RC boat, and that is gonna be really epic. So we do actually have some questions. Handsome Jack says, is 110 good for a used Claas Zeron? I'd say, yeah, it's pretty good, but obviously, you know, I would recommend you get a sealed one for like 200 bucks or something, because obviously sealed is really good. And Sky, thank you for saying that this live stream is epic. I really do appreciate it. And alright, so let's move on to the next set. Basically, this LEGO set is called the LEGO Technic 42106 Stunt Show Truck and Bike, which costs $49.99, and it came with 610 pieces. This motorcycle, as you can see here, that's a pullback motorcycle, but the car itself in the front doesn't really have any special mechanisms or anything. But the reason I love this set so much is because it's just so playable. Like, see, you could separate the car and the back thing over here, and you can make this back thing act like a ramp. So basically what you could have is have the bike literally jump through the ring of fire here. I really, really appreciate these types of play features. Oh, thank you, Forbesinator, for loving my live stream. And yeah, I do really love the way the bike is also built. Obviously, it's super small, but at the same time, it's super functional. It does have a pullback motor inside of it, and I think that, you know, even though it doesn't have any gearboxes or power functions compatibility or any of that good stuff, I do really appreciate just how playable this thing is. Obviously, you know, if you're a big LEGO system fan and you haven't really built that many Technic sets, I'd say get this one. It's relatively cheap for the amount of stuff that you are getting, and you are getting plenty of play features here. Death Row Joe asks, that bike somehow reminds me of the Ghost Rider Lego Marvel set. Did you see it? Unfortunately, I did not see it yet, but yeah, this bike is really great, and let's move on to the next set. So here we have the Lego Technic 8272 Snowmobile. It cost only 30 bucks. Yes, it is pretty big for 30 bucks, and it came with 331 pieces. This set looks really, really good and really great. I do love this set a lot, and it does actually have, you know, some shock absorbers on it, so that's really cool. Really great value that you are getting for $30. And I also do like the little tank tread on the back here. Obviously, you know, tank treads are generally pretty expensive Lego pieces, and the fact that we are getting them in such a cheap set, that is a really, really good thing. I also like snowmobiles in real life generally. Snowmobiles are some of the best vehicles ever. They help you traverse through the snow, through the rough terrain. So I do like this set a lot. And let's move on to the next one. Here we have one of my all-time favorite LEGO Technic sets. It is called the LEGO Technic 42048 Race Card, which retailed for 30 bucks only. But you might be asking, what is so special about this set? Well, it is actually, I believe, the cheapest LEGO set with the speed transmission gearbox. Yes, this really small thing that actually does have a 2-speed transmission gearbox, and I believe that is just insane, honestly. So here we have a question from Aaron Chase. He asks, have I heard of an automaton, like a robot? I'm not sure, but yeah, this set looks just incredible. I did miss out on this set back when it first came out in early 2016. I do wish I got it. Unfortunately, it now costs like $100 on Amazon and like 50 or 60 bucks on Bricklink. That is, you know, obviously more expensive than $30, but I still might get it on Bricklink because I do think that this set is really, really incredible. Also, I do believe that this was the first set to introduce the panel piece over here, the one that is colored in purple on the front and the both sides over here. This set actually came out before the LEGO Technic Porsche 911 GT3 RS, and I believe that this set is, you know, one of the best LEGO sets that has pioneered the speed transmission gearbox industry. So, Nexel asks me, do I like NXT or EV3 better? I actually prefer NXT far better than EV3 because NXT, for one, it does not have an operating system. Now, basically what that means is the NXT doesn't power on so long. The EV3 literally powers on. It takes longer to power on the EV3 than my MacBook Pro. I mean, that is insane. The NXT, just press the button, in 3 seconds, it's on. I like it a lot. Aaron Chase asks also, how do I share my screen when I go live? Well, I use this program called OBS, and right now I'm actually just using the slideshow feature there, so I'm not actually, you know, sharing my screen. This is a pre-made slideshow. Well, anyways, let's move on to the next set. Here we have the 2010 LEGO Technic 8047 Compact Excavator. It cost $24.99 and it came with 252 pieces. I like this set a lot because it has some. I like this set a lot because it actually does have some great functionality for such a small set. And first of all, I'm gonna just answer some questions real quick. Nexel asks me if I prefer EV3 or Spike Prime. I actually probably gonna go with Spike Prime because it doesn't take super long to power on. Obviously, that was a big thing that kind of prevented me from using the EV3 on a regular basis. But obviously, you know, the EV3 does have more ports, and you can create bigger creations and bigger robots with EV3. EV3 also does have some more third-party support. So third-party sensors like High Technic and Mine sensors have more to offer for the EV3 currently, but as time goes on, there's gonna be plenty more of Spike Prime things that are gonna come out in the future, third-party accessories and whatnot. When the EV3 first came out back in 2013, it was actually not very well received by the overall community. Sure, you could daisy chain it and stuff like that, but one of the biggest complaints that people had with it is that it was too slow to power on. So our next set is called the LEGO Technic 42002 Hovercraft, which retailed for $19.99 and it came with 170 pieces. Obviously not a great price to parts ratio, but it does have a lot of LEGO Technic panels, as you can see over here. It did come with a fake piston engine and a propeller, and it did come with a lot of big pieces, so I do really appreciate that aspect of it a lot. And this set just looks great. It brings back a lot of memories from 2013. It was a really great set. Unfortunately, I never did get it, but I saw plenty of commercials of it. I was just dreaming to get this set back in the day, so it was amazing. So Forbesinator asked me when am I going to do the LEGO Nintendo Entertainment System or the LEGO Mario line. Well, I'm gonna do the Nintendo Entertainment System probably like sometime next week. I'll finish building it and then I'll do a review of it with you or something like that. But yeah, the pal, I do agree with you. It looks very futuristic, and if you do guys have any questions about the LEGO Technic sets that I'm presenting currently, then I'm more than happy to answer them. So Jeremy Davis also asked me, do I have the Land Rover? Well, actually, unfortunately, I do not own the Land Rover Defender yet. I'm not sure if I want to get it, because it's actually super close to my to a Range Rover car that I see all the time, and but it's a Range Rover, it's not a Land Rover, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it. It only has a speed transmission gearbox. That's the only real appeal of it. It doesn't really have anything more. But let's take a look at the next set. So here we have the LEGO Technic 42045 Hydroplane Racer, which retailed for $19.99 and it came with 180 pieces. I do really appreciate the fact that it has these 4 exhaust pipes on the back. I also really like that it has the blue Porsche 911 GT3 RS panel, and I also do really appreciate that it has a inline 4-cylinder piston engine. Yeah, Jeremy Davis, it does have a crazy gearbox, but I'm not sure if I'm still gonna get it. Maybe I might motorize it sometime if I do get it. But I do really appreciate the panels on this set. This set is really incredible in a lot of ways. You could roll it forward. You can see the little wheel here if you look closely, and after you roll it forward, the piston engine goes, and it also, I believe, does have a fan on the back, so that's also a really cool thing. It's basically a parts donor, really. It's not much of a presentation piece, I would say. But Nexel, it is great to hear that you do have this set, actually, so that is pretty awesome. So the next set isn't, super beloved by the LEGO Technic community overall, but the LEGO Technic 8288 Crawler Crane, which retailed for $49.99, it came with 800 pieces. I mean, that's a great price to parts ratio, and even though, it is arguably a little small, I really appreciate the fact that it does have these super long, crane piece, and does, resemble a real-life crawler crane, which is a really good aspect of it. So the Unimog was your favorite set. So what's your favorite set now? Our next set is the LEGO Technic 8071 Bucket Truck, 593 pieces, and retailed for $49.99. It does have good functionality, it does have a lot of gears on the inside, good mechanisms and everything, although unfortunately it does not have a gearbox, so that is kind of a downside here, but it is a great set overall. It looks pretty good. I really want to get this set myself. It retailed for $50. That's relatively cheap for what you're getting here. Now let's take a look at our last and final set. Here we have a phenomenal set in my opinion. This set retailed for 50 bucks, and it's the 42040 Fireplane, and it came with 578 pieces. This set is just wow. I mean, if you look here at the bottom really closely, you can actually see that it does have a set of wheels driving the fake piston engine as well as the propeller. So that is really cool. And I also do really appreciate the little stick on the back here, which can control both the, I believe it can control the ailerons and the little elevators here on the back. So obviously it does have some great functionality. And I do wish that LEGO Technic did make some more planes like this. Not too big, but relatively affordable, and it comes with a lot of functionality. This set, by the way, came out in 2014. It was one of the best sets of 2014 in my opinion. So that is really, really good. So we are done with the live stream. Be sure to subscribe for more, to learn more about LEGO Technic. And this is your unbrick me here, and I'll see you in the next one.